from the start. With barely 5 seconds gone by, it's 3-0.
Just a double, Dick.
Oh, his foot was on the line.
It looks like a triple, right.
Okay. We've got a tap and a save by China. In possession is Sun Sang Woo, a jumper, and a connection by Ma Jian. First deadlock at 2-all. Under the hoop, we've got a slam dunk by Benjie Paras. He was left wide open by Gong Xiaobin. He came down very fast.
And those two tall players of China were surprised. That tall, very tall. Gong and...
Gong is 6'8".
Right. And Zhang, I think it was, or Ma.
Zhang is 6'2.5". Okay, in possession, Ma Jian. He scored the first basket. Here comes Zhang Yunjuan, the ever dangerous Zhang, number 13 man. Cross-court pass. Sun Feng Wu out again. In possession is Wang Fei. These are all the veterans on the team. We've got a turnover, but there was another call.
A contact, yes, on Allan Caidic. But that's okay again, Dick. Make them feel their defense in there. No easy shots for the Chinese tonight.
Our starters, by the way, Allan Caidic, Hector Calma, Benjie Paras, Mon Fernandez, and Chito Loyzaga. Alley-oop play for a connection. That was Zhang Yunjuan with the assist and the hit by Sun Feng Wu. Chito Loyzaga over to Mon Fernandez. It's all tied at 4-all. Benjie Paras playing the outside, drawing out his man. Looks like a switching man zone by the Chinese. Allan Caidic wide open there.
Good drive and drop play there by Mon Fernandez. Guard of Caidic had to go down. Collapsed on Mon Fernandez. Mon gave the pass to Allan for the 2 points. Nice strategy, huh?
Even though the weather is very cold, it must be in the low 50s tonight. The Filipinos are wearing T-shirts under their jerseys. They're still pretty much warmed up already. We've got a second try for China. Wang Fei turns around and gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
And Coach Jaworski starting very strong here with Chito Loyzaga and Benjie Paras. Of course, he wants the body up there. He wants to set the tempo. It's very important we get the tempo.
We've got a 2-point advantage with a minute and 55 seconds gone by. Makes that just a 1-point lead, 6-5, as Wang Fei prepares his second charity. He stands 6'4", and is about 185 pounds. 2 hits from the line to forge a third deadlock. 6-all. Hector Calma, Mon Fernandez. Chito Loyzaga over to Hector Calma. It's a man-to-man defense set up by China. Mon Fernandez switches around. China came with at least 3 or 4 cheering squads out here. We've got a hit by Allan Caidic. It's 8-6. The Philippines setting the pace.
Good sign there. 2 out of 2 for Allan Caidic. 4 points in the ballgame. So he's starting out very hot in tonight's game. It's time to explode. I mean, law of average is catching up with him.
Right. He has been very cold in the past 3 games, but he exploded with 3 triples against Japan. 8-6. There was a foul by Chito Loyzaga. And we've got a jumper by Ma Jian. 8-all. The Chinese keeping pace. In their first meeting, the Philippines lost by 65 points. Lead pass and baseline dribble by Benjie Paras.
Yes. Benjie already looked at Mon and said, I'm going to cut in, but then he hesitated, and that's the reason he wasn't able to control that ball on the baseline.
This could give the Chinese the initiative. Wang Fei crowded. Mon Fernandez was screened out, and there is a miss.
Intimidation by Mon Fernandez.
That's right. Hector Calma gets it.
We've got to run. We've got to push the ball up very quickly.
Chito Loyzaga does not go for the hoop. He knew there were no rebounders. Mon Fernandez was lagging behind. It's a slow break. Pattern of play by both sides. Hector Calma against a tall Wang Fei. Here comes Allan Caidic with a bounce pass. Mon Fernandez back to Hector Calma. He sees the open lane. Benjie Paras backs one.
Yes. Good teamwork. Nice ball movement, Dick. That's the way to do it.
We have more give.
Off balance, right.
More give on the baskets, by the way, on the hoops, rather than in the Beijing Collegiate, which was very tense, a rigid basket. There's a foul, an offensive foul for a turnover.
That's a very good observation, Dick. May awa ngayon ang ring.
That's right.
Say it back home.
Gong Xiaobin was guilty of his first contact, and we had to say that because remember in the last game against Japan, the shots were there, but they refused to sink.
Right.
10-8 for the Philippines, and we could take a 4-point advantage as Mon Fernandez goes one-on-one. He gives it to Calma. Calma in the corner. His pass intercepted. It was telegraphed, intended for Chito Loyzaga. And we've got a score there by Sun Feng Wu of China. 10-all.
Right, we can't afford to commit those turnovers.
Sun Feng Wu is 6'1.5" against the 5'9" of Calma. They're sticking to Allan Caidic. Assigned to him is Shang Yung John. Here comes Benjie Parat, and he almost lost that ball. It turned out to be a good break. Allan Caidic picked it up for the hit.
Good break indeed.
12-10.
See how fast the Chinese are, huh?
Retaliation. We've got Sun Feng Wu.
All 5 players have to play defense. We can't afford to play 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 because they'll just run over us.
There cannot be any laps at all. It has to be full concentration the entire ball game. And there is a foul away from the ball. An offensive foul by Benjie Parat. 15 minutes and 15 seconds remain in this first half. And the Chinese have the initiative again with a count tied at 12. Sun Feng Wu is playing the point man for China. Gives it to Zhang Yunjian. He's got a good outside shot. Ma Jian, Zhang, back to Ma. Ma with a jumper. His sweet spot, bullseye. 14-12. China takes the lead for the first time in this game after 5 minutes. And the Philippines will have to keep pace with that. The Chinese are very consistent on their offensive thrust. And there's a cut. Calma intimidated and blocked. Much too small against a giant Chinese. And there's another hit, this time by Wang Fei.
Again the fast break.
16-12. Every time we fail to score, that's another 2 points for China. Mon Fernandez over to Benjie Parat. He was trying to draw 2 men to him and balance the defense on the other end.
Mon doing the right thing there, telling the players, okay, let's go to our half-court offense. Let's set it up.
Chito Loyzaga has it in the meantime. And there's a movement. Allan Caidic loses the ball. That's the second turnover now. And another 3-on-1 fast break by China. 6-point advantage, 18-12.
So fast.
They're big and they're fast. And we have a Philippine timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
I'd like to thank our major sponsor, Caidic, Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th Asiad, Milo, the Olympic energy drink, Fujifilm, the #1 selling film in the Philippines, official film of the Beijing 11th Asiad, San Miguel Corporation, Ginebra San Miguel, Ginebra ang Hari, Happy Toothpaste, the official toothpaste of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th Asiad. And remember, this satellite coverage is brought to you as a public service by Philcomsat.
The ball game resumes with the Philippines inbounding after that third straight fast break.
Right.
Gave China a 6-point lead.
Yes, Dick, we cannot, first it was Benjie, then Allan, we cannot dribble into traffic. They're not only tall, they're very quick to react, so we can't dribble in the paint. They'll just swipe the ball away, as they did twice.
Right, and I'm sure that's what Sonny Jaworski must have told them at the break. Inbound goes to Calma from Caidic. 13 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Still the same starters for the Philippines as well as for China. Mon Fernandez.
Nice.
Oh, what a pass. Oh, missed by Allan Caidic. He overshot. He didn't get the right angle. It was a beautiful assist by Fernandez. And from the flank, we've got a connection by Wang Fei. This is a very powerful starting five for China.
Yes, Dick. And we're taking the ball up too slow. We should try to really push that ball up.
Chito Loyzaga from Benjie Parat. Calma fires and makes it 20-14. The lead down to 6.
And then
13 minutes.
And then we've got to stop the dribble. When the point guards bring that ball up, stop him from setting up the plays inside the paint. He likes to drive in and then drop pass.
There's a jump shot. It's short. And we've got Benjie Parat stretching out. Calma has it. Again, we don't try to break. We wait for the defense to get set up, and there's a tap out. It's possible that set plays are being employed by the Philippines, but that has to be varied from time to time.
Right. I mean, it's okay to have your set plays, but if you can go for the break at the start, why not if you can?
And balance the defense. There is a good pass and a hit by Allan Caidic. Calma with the assist, 2016. That's Calma with a basket, and now in a good assist for Allan Caidic. And the lead is cut down to 4, 12 and a half left. First half. Wang Fei's left wide open, and he banks it in. Fernandez was fainted out of position that time.
Well, there was a good pick set up by Gong Xiaobin of China, and he's got a wide body.
Right. All of them have wide bodies. Chito Loyzaga would be the widest body. Give and go. Calma fakes, fires, makes it. And that was Fernandez giving him that pass. 20-18.
A good sign here, Dick, is our shots from the floor are dropping. So that's a good sign, huh?
Right. And the boys are getting their confidence. A drive-in play, and that's Wang Fei scoring again. That lane is wide open.
Open, that's right. Like I said earlier, we've got to give up the fouls. Never mind. Anyway, we've got 12 players. Even if some foul out, Dick, we still have other players to put in, but make them feel the fouls inside.
Right. Make them work for those shots. 24-18. It's a 6-point advantage. Fernandez goes for the hoop. It's short, and China gets the initiative again. Under the hoop, Zhang Yun-John. Very slow on defense.
Very slow, really. I mean,
26-18. Now it's an 8-point advantage for China.
Maybe Dick, a ploy here is when they start the break, the man closest to the ball, foul the man, you know, just to stop the break of theirs. They've had about 10 points in the break.
Right. And a near steal there off Caidic. He's double-teamed. He has to pass. Fernandez. Benjie Paras with a fake. Now he tries in a bad pass and another fast break for China. Oh, we're giving them those baskets.
Benjie Paras with about 3 errors now in the ball game.
Majian completes that fast break. A 10-point lead for China, 28-18. 10 minutes and 35 seconds left. Allan Caidic to Calma. Calma crowded by Sun Feng Wu. Now it's Benjie Paras. And a hit by Fernandez, 28-20.
There it comes again.
That lead really has come out of turnovers as well as missed shots. And every time China gets the opportunity, they break away. And there is a Philippine gallery chanting defense. Sun Feng Wu trickles one in.
Well, Calma was able to switch over, but he stopped. Sun Feng Wu did, and then just took that jump shot.
30-20, another 10-point lead. And there's a foul by Sun Feng Wu on Calma. That'll be the first contact against Sun. We have a couple of substitutions. Yves Dignadice and Samboy Lim report in. Alvin Patrimonio also will be seeing action in a short while. Allan Caidic takes a rest. Chito Loyzaga, likewise, is given a breather.
So Fernandez, Loyzaga, Caidic sit down in favor of Patrimonio, Samboy Lim, and Yves Dignadice.
Right. Calma over to Benjie Paras. Benjie Paras tries to drive in. His tactics, which were so effective against Japan, are not as effective against the bulk of the Chinese. Another intercepted pass, and another fast break. Sun Feng Wu misses, and we've got the recovery by Patrimonio. What a good trail he had there. He got knocked on the head. Yves Dignadice, triple teamed. He is fouled. Oh, what muscle, what gristle against Yves Dignadice.
And that got Nino Cinco, the scorer, up on his feet. He wanted to go on the court.
They can really tackle.
Well, other sponsors here, Purefoods Tender Juicy Hot Dog. Thank you. The meatier, tastier, and more tender, the perfect way to your child's heart. Smoky sausage world where people and hot dogs meet and match. Nescafe, the classic taste the world enjoys. Warren Briss, official underwear of the Beijing 11th A-Shot. Interbank, the right choice. Cougar Sport Shoes at Sport Shoes. Knows no boundary in tracking. Gillette Contour Plus, the best a man can get. Ribisco English quality biscuits. High Road Choco Gems, Chocolate Mallows, Mary, and many more. Coffee Mate, your coffee and Coffee Mate, the perfect harmony. Nissan, quality above all.
Yves Dignadice failed on 2 charities. It's still 30-20. Benjie Paras also failed on a tip-in, and we've got a foul by Paras on Majian. Ronnie Magsanoc now comes in for Calma. We're behind by 10 points with 10 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Also, Zaldy Realubit is checking in for Benjie Paras. So this is a completely new team now for the Philippine squad, huh?
Yes. Sonny Jaworski has this game all planned, but those turnovers really have cost us. Here comes Wang Fei with an easy basket again. No fouls.
Yeah, no fouls are being given. We have to give it the fouls.
32-20 is the count, and it's Ronnie Magsanoc against Gong Lu Ming, who is in for China, playing the point man. Very tight guarding by the Chinese, not allowing the Filipino three-point shooters any leeway whatsoever. Zaldy Realubit. That's a clawing, clinging Chinese defense.
Very clean.
5 seconds left on the shot clock. Ronnie Magsanoc plays it in. Yes, he got away from his man. Got the half
step. He had to put a looper there because that switch off. There was a 6'5" big 6.
32-22. That was Gong Xiaobin who was attempting to block that shot. Majian.
There.
And there's a hit. That's counted. That's Gong. Gong Xiaobin will get a chance for a three-point play on a foul. Committed by, let's see, it should have been Realubit. Shot is counted, so it'll be a three-point try for Gong Xiaobin, who stands 6'8" and weighs 210 pounds. The lead has ballooned to 13, 35-22. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left. Alvin Patrimonio and Ronnie Magsanoc exchanging passes. One-on-one. Patrimonio loses his balance and loses possession. It's a double dribble, however. Good break for the Philippines. We're behind by 13. We have turned that ball over.
It's got to be the surrounding. It's got to be the weather, Dick. But we don't play this type of basketball back in Manila, huh?
Yes, we certainly look very sluggish and very tentative out there.
I mean, like that's a fall by Alvin Patrimonio.
He lost his balance. His weight was forward, and he completely lost control of the ball. There is a telegraph pass, and the call goes for the Philippines.
Lucky break for us. I thought that Samboy Lim tapped that ball out.
From our angle, it was pretty clear that he did. But the referee was behind on that play. Handoff, Ronnie Magsanoc with a bounce pass. Samboy Lim has it.
They want to.
He takes a triple and makes it.
Oh. Surprise hit by Samboy Lim there. He wanted to go one-on-one, but he saw the lane clogged.
35-25, and maybe that's what we should be doing. When we have the opportunity and there are rebounders, go for that triple. That's the only way we can whittle the lead down. It's a 10-pointer now, 35-25. Wang Fei has been tearing our defenses. That shot was a little too low by Gong Lu Ming, and here comes Ronnie Magsanoc. Oh, you don't try that with somebody behind you. It's a bad pass.
He didn't see number 4 man coming up, right?
And we've got a try for a triple and a hit by Gong Lu Ming.
You know, Ronnie Magsanoc always does that, even in Manila, but the thing is he didn't know there was somebody else behind.
That's right, 38-25. The lead is 13 points now. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. Gong Lu Ming is the shortest Chinese player at 5'9", but he's built like a baby tank. And he is very, very fast. Yves Dignadice to Patrimonio at the low post to make his move. Fires his favorite shot, bullseye, 38-27.
That's his type of a game. There goes a fast break again.
Sun Feng Wu passes back. Ma Jian, Gong Lu Ming. Sun Feng Wu fires and misses. And it's Ronnie Magsanoc now. Down the left sideline as he waits for his teammates. 11-point advantage for China. We're in the first half.
Holy cow.
And there is a foul by Samboy. He tried to ward off Gong Lu Ming. How many times have we turned over?
Right.
Well, about half a dozen now.
And Dick, there it goes to prove our point that the team, they've only been together for about 3 weeks, and that's the reason why these things are happening.
Right. 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go. It's an 11-point lead, and China has ball possession. We have a timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
The Beijing 11th Asia.
from the business school of Beijing. We've got at least 2 or 3 more organized cheering sections all around the Capitol Gymnasium. And some of them have even brought their noisemakers, tin-foil noisemakers. You can hear that in the background right now.
Right, Dick. And going back to what I was saying earlier, that's a more reason we should really be proud of this Philippine team right now. Okay, they're committing errors not because of lack of teamwork, but we've got the silver at least tucked away. Huh?
That's for sure. Majian scoring. He used his right arm to ward off his man that wasn't spotted by the referees. 40-27, a 13-point lead. And it's Alvin Patrimonio snapping a pass to Zaldy Realubit. Samboy Lim got away from his man momentarily. He didn't get the pass. And there is a tap. Saved there by Samboy Lim.
Oh, he was slipped there.
And there is a tripping foul going against
number 8.
Wang Fei. It'll be a front court throw-in for the Philippines, behind by 13 with 5 minutes and 35 seconds left. It's getting colder and colder here in Beijing, and we can feel it seeping into our bones. And there is a foul, a block on that drive-in play at the baseline. Again, it's Wang Fei.
Yes. And very good calls here by the referees.
Foul number 2 on Wang Fei. Sun Feng Wu comes back in for Wang Fei.
Thank you to our major sponsors here. Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th Asia. Milo, the Olympic energy drink. Fujifilm, the #1 selling film in the Philippines. Official film of the Beijing 11th Asia. San Miguel Corporation, Ginebra San Miguel, Ginebra Hari. Happy Toothpaste, official toothpaste of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th Asia. Satellite coverage is brought to you as a public service by Circumstat.
China had difficulty against Korea, winning by only 4 points. There's a turnaround play and a miss by Alvin. And we have China in the offensive, Sun Feng Wu, who just came in for Wang Fei. Setting the play up. Alvin Patrimonio marking him. Keeping that ball moving around with hardly any dribble at all. It's a 3-point try and a miss by Gong Lu Ming.
Good boxing out tactics by the Philippine squad that time.
That was Alvin Patrimonio with a recovery for the Philippines. Yves Dignadice. Realubit moving away from his man. There's a drive and a miss from the flank. A follow-up, still out. Recovery made by Majian. And another Chinese fast break results in 2 points. Sun Feng Wu on the shooting end. 42-27.
A lot of fast break points. You know, it's a good tall team we're facing tonight. A very quick team.
You know, this Chinese team could close their eyes and they'd know where their teammates would be. They've played together for that long, and they've just come back from Buenos Aires in the World Basketball Championships. And they played the best teams in the world out there. A miss. It's Samboy Lim using the baseline. 42-29. Lead cut down to 13. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left.
This cheering squad here don't stop, huh?
Yes. A miss and the recovery by Sun Feng Wu.
That's okay.
Arm contact by Yves Dignadice.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to stop them when they're in the lane, so they've got to be fouled. Anyway, even if we're in, let's say, penalty, it'll only be 1-on-1. They may still miss the shot pick, but it's a shoot 2 points anyway.
Right. And that's what our mistake was, and that's the reason they're ahead by 13 right now. There were no fouls given up, and the Chinese were given an easy layup. 1-on-1 situation, and we have an earned charity by Sun Feng Wu, making it 43-29. Second try is in. 44-29. Full court press. They're not relenting at all. They're not giving us any breathing space. And even after that lopsided victory by China over the Philippines, their coach, in a press interview after the game, stated that the Philippines could be hiding something.
Right.
There's a blocking foul. And that went against Wang Jidan. Gong Xiaobing comes back in for Ma Jian.
Sonny Jaworski on the screens now yelling out instructions. Great job Sonny, Norman, and Rena are doing here in Beijing.
Yes, and they've been doing a lot of homework, supported, of course, by the videotapes of the games of our opponent supplied by Campana Television Corporation, which has taken all the trouble to have these videotapes done at its own expense.
Correct.
Supplying the Philippines team with this, despite all our problems in arranging for our satellite and voice transmission. 44-29, we've got Ronnie Magsanoc inbounding and another foul by the Chinese. They should be close to penalty situation now. In the background, you hear the Chinese cheering squads keeping up that psychological advantage.
Only 3 minutes. 3 minutes remain here in the ball game.
Here comes Samboy Lim. Magsanoc for a triple. He rimmed out. The recovery and the follow-up by Realubit. That's a quick reflex.
That's the way to do it. When you get the ball, just go up right away. Don't give them a second chance.
Under the basket. We've got a foul on a triple team effort. The foul going on Song Li Gang. He'll go to the line.
Yes, we'd like to greet our sponsors here. Purefoods Tender Juicy Hot Dog, the meatier taste and more tender. The perfect way to your child's heart. Smoky Sausage World, where people and hot dogs meet and match. Nescafe, the classic taste the world enjoys. Warren Breeze, official underwear of the Beijing 11th A-Shot. Interbank, the right choice. Cougar Sport Shoes, the sport shoes. Knows no boundary in tracking. Gillette Contour Plus, the best a man can get. Hibisco English quality biscuits. High Road Choco Gems, Chocolate Mallows, Mary, and many more. Coffee Mate, your coffee and Coffee Mate, the perfect harmony. Nizan, quality above all.
Alvin Patrimonio pulls down a miss. Oh, another bad pass by Dignadice.
Oh, boy. And
He committed himself. There's a four-man fast break. Only Ronnie Magsanoc was down there.
Wow, that hurt.
Yves Dignadice committed himself by jumping up in the air without knowing whom to pass to. That last time around. It's a 16-point lead, 47-31.
4-point swing in reverse stick. Huh?
Right. Every time we commit an error like that, it gives an opportunity to the Chinese. Another one. And another fast break. The Chinese are pulling away. 49-31, an 18-point lead. We've got a Philippine timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
We'd like to greet our major sponsors again here. Bringing this coverage to you. Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th A-Shot. Milo, the Olympic energy drink. Fujifilm, the #1 selling film in the Philippines. Official film of the Beijing 11th A-Shot. San Miguel Corporation. Ginebra San Miguel, Ginebra ang Hari. Happy Toothpaste, official toothpaste of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th A-Shot. And don't forget, this satellite coverage is brought to you as a public service by Philcomsat.
Exactly 2 minutes remaining in the first half. China by 18, 49-31. Samboy Lim in possession, top of the key. And another bad pass intercepted, this time by Zhang Yongzhuan. Another Chinese fast break drive, and we've got a recovery by Alvin. Patrimonio, bad pass by Alvin.
Holy cow.
And there is a foul by Ronnie Magsanoc.
Wow.
Ronnie Magsanoc, I think, is being accused of a deliberate foul. And it'll have to be 2 charities now for China's, let's see, this is Song Li Gang, is it?
No,
it's Zhang Yongzhuan. Number 13 man. One of the top scorers for China. 2 easy hits from the line. It's a 20-point advantage, 51-31, and ball possession for China. 1 minute and 40 seconds remain. China starting to break this ball game wide open with very decisive attacks. A pass almost lost by Song Li Gang. Blind pass tapped out by Yves Dignadice.
See, at least now with the quick hands in there, we were able to break up some plays. Dante Gonzalgo, no, he won't be checking in yet.
The inbound results in a quick snapshot and a tap off the board by Yves Dignadice. Ronnie Magsanoc now has it. He fakes. Cross court, Samboy. Alvin Patrimonio isolated against his man. He makes his move, and there is a block.
you know, the Chinese coach has really scouted our team too. Ronnie Magsanoc can't even seem to shoot from the three-point region. I think he knows that Ronnie can shoot from there too.
Yes, all our shooters have been marked on the outside.
Especially Ronnie and Allan Caidic.
Right.
Dante Gonzalgo checking in now for Yves Dignadice.
Alvin Patrimonio was fouled by Song Li Gang earlier. And we have 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in this first half, with the Chinese leading by 20, 51-31. Coverage coming your way over your official Asian Games TV channel, IBC TV 13. Alvin sinks both. It's 51-33.
Part of the gallery.
18. Bad pass by Chana, one of the rare times.
One of the rare times, Dick. But
yes.
That was also Ronnie Magsanoc's doing, huh?
Right. He pressured the passer. And here comes Samboy Lim setting up Alvin Patrimonio. He is fouled. A foul goes against Gong Xiaobin.
Nice passing that time by the Philippine team. And, you know, some Chinese players, they get committed in the air, leaving a Filipino free.
We've got a Chinese timeout brought to you by Fujifilm. Only 47 seconds remain in this first half. Alvin Patrimonio goes back to the line. Last time up, he made 2 for 2. He'll take another 2 charities here. A chance to cut down the lead even further from 18. Possibly down to 16. It's down to 17 right now, 51-34.
Well, we're giving them a tough time, too. Of course, we're behind by 16 points, Dick, but I don't think they expected this game to go the way it's going now. They had easy pickings last time around.
That's right. They broke the ball game wide open.
It's very easy to see. It's only our turnovers that's costing this in the fast break point. So, again, lack of coordination as far as the Philippines is concerned.
Right. We've got the whistle blowing and a foul spotted against
Gonzalgo, I think. Dante Gonzalgo.
Yes.
That was a good foul to give, huh, Dick? Right. 1-on-1 only now. No 2 points from the inside. Get it the hard way.
Dante just came in for Yves Dignadice. We have 29 seconds remaining. 1-1. And the Chinese shoot their charities as though it were a tennis machine. You know, you can regulate the trajectory into the basket. See how sure those shots are. It's a full court press engineered by the Chinese. Gonzalgo has it. Moves it to the front court. Realubit to Magsanoc. 18-pointer. They're trying to prevent the Philippines from scoring before the end of the first half. Magsanoc has it. We'll take the last shot.
Isolation play for Samboy.
10 seconds to go.
He's got to do something.
There is the attempt and the miss by Samboy Lim. The follow-up and the miss again.
No fouls called, huh?
And there goes the gong, ending the first half of play with China leading by 18. 53 to the Philippines, 35. In a moment, we'll return. Right now, we'll pause for these reminders.
Game Calma with 4, Fernandez with 2, Samboy Lim 5, Magsanoc 2, Paras 4, Patrimonio 6, Loyzaga 2, Realubit with 2. And for the China squad, top scoring is number 8 man Zhao. He's got 14 points in the ball game. 12 points coming from number 13 man Sue Kui. Zheng Hai has got 10 points. Number 12 man, that's Ma, has 8 points, and then 3 from Wang, 3 from Su Shu, and 3 from Zhu Chun. So far, what's keeping this lead for China going is the turnovers as far as the Philippines is concerned. Very poor passes being given up, dribbling errors, dribbling into the lane. Of course, again, this comes not because they want to do it, but just purely lack of teamwork. Secondly, the fast break game of China has been really at 100 miles an hour. They're not only tall, but they're fast. They can really go for those breaks. So it's pretty hard for us to keep up, but well, we still have to try.
Our gauge lackey is Ronnie Magsanoc, who to us is one of the fastest players in the PBA. And yet, Ronnie Magsanoc is being out-sprinted and out-hustled by the bigger Chinese.
Yes. Another thing I'd like to point out here, since it's almost a sure 2 points when they get the ball in the paint, maybe a strategy by Coach Jaworski in the second half will be any Chinese player that gets that ball in the paint, just foul him, give up the foul, not in the act of shooting, so it's just going to be a side court throw-in or a one-on-one situation, because it's almost impossible to stop them when they get the ball inside.
Yes, with their height and their bulk,
and
they can really batter their way through.
Like you say, even with their eyes closed, they seem to know where the other teammates are.
It is uncanny because they hardly dribble, but the movement is there, and they know exactly where a person is going to be. So they can practically blind pass. And so this Chinese team is pretty awesome. And they've had, well, the toughest opposition came from South Korea in their semifinal match. It was just a 4-point victory for the Chinese. Good enough for them to get into the finals to meet the Philippines, which also won by 4 over Japan.
The Philippine cheering squad in the background, you can hear them. We've got some Filipinos that have turned out for this.
Oh, yes, we've got practically the entire staff of the Philippine Embassy out here.
And also from joint ventures, private companies in China. We've met some of these people, and they've been supporting the Philippine team.
Right. The Filipino spirit is very high out here, despite the fact that they're outnumbered.
Really, they take advantage of that.
53-36. Now that's a Chinese cheering squad, and you can hear the power and the volume.
That could be the reason Alvin missed that second free throw.
Possible. 17-point lead for China, but they have ball possession. It's Wang Fei all the way to Sun Feng Wu. He fires and sinks it. It's a twinner, 55-36. 19-pointer now for China. This is the first minute of the second half. Calma, Dante Gonzalgo, Patrimonio, Samboy Lim, and Benjie Paras.
I'm sorry, it's Gonzalgo, not Caidic inside the ball game.
That's right, and Samboy Lim drove into the Lions' den, lost the ball. It's a fast break for China, and what a good tackle by Dante Gonzalgo. He tapped the ball out.
That's the way to do it. Dive if you have to.
Kamikaze dive by Dante. It'll be a front court throw-in for China. Wang Fei inbound to Sun Feng Wu. Cross court to Zhang Yongjun. For one thing, the Chinese have not been getting too many triples. Short stab by Wang Fei is out, and we've got Calma now in possession. Now's the time to cash in when China is missing. Gonzalgo crowded Benjie Paras. He was tempted there. There is a bump and a foul by Sun Feng Wu on Calma. That's the first foul by Sun. 18 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in this ball game. This is a battle for gold. Dante Gonzalgo out again to Calma.
See how they pressure the ball carrier, huh?
Right. And that's a lot of physical weight there and speed. Somebody with a hang time move. 55-38. Releasing as he went down.
Yes, off to behemoth big players from China.
There is a foul away from the ball.
Number 12.
Going against?
Yes, number 12 man.
Number 12. Ma Jian on Patrimonio. For a while there, Alvin thought it was his foul. He was all set to acknowledge it. 18 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. The lead cut down to 17, and we have ball possession. Slowly but surely, we can still creep back into this championship match. Takes a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance. Gonzalgo in the corner. Out again. Benjie Paras is open. That shot, it's short.
Oh.
He was practicing that. But this one didn't sink.
And you notice when we move that ball around, that defense of China goes in. I concentrate in the lane, so someone is free outside.
It's a good tap to give China a second offensive thrust. Sun Sang Wu missing. The Chinese are missing now. We should really cash in on this.
Right.
That's 3 offensive thrusts that they've missed. And it's Calma.
That's it, Hector.
Pumping one in. 55-40. The lead down to 15. The Chinese coach immediately will be sending in Gong Lu Ming
to take care of Hector Calma, because Hector Calma has been quarterbacking very well.
That's right. Calma is guilty of a foul. He tried to ball hawk from behind. It was a gamble that didn't pay off.
Actually, Dante Gonzalgo scored for that foul.
The Beijing 11th.
Dante, who's got 2 fouls.
And moving out is Sun Sang Wu for Gong Lu Ming. Also, Ma Jian is being given a breather. Coming back is Song Li Gan.
The coach of China, a bit worried at this stage.
Yes. Very early reaction by Coach Wang Chang-yu. Allan Caidic crowding Wang Fei. He had a ball in the first half. He scored a lot of points. Crowded situation. Foul whistle blows against Patrimonio.
Okay, that's all right.
They're clogging up
yes,
the lane.
It's right in the lane now, and it's very difficult for the Chinese players to score inside.
Not as easy as it was in the first half. But the Philippines always plays a better second half. It could be the PBA habit of coming back strong in the last 2 quarters. There, another foul against the Philippines, but they are making it difficult for the Chinese to score from within.
Samboy Lim gets his 2nd personal in the ball game. He was helping out inside. Now the help defense is there.
Song Li Gang goes to the line. He'll be given 2 charities, which he promptly took the first off. And listen to that cheer, including the noise makers. 57-40. It's a 17-point lead again. At Calma against Gong Lu Ming. There's a foul away from the ball.
Number 15, that's Gong.
Gong Xiaobin, 6'8", Chinese center. That'll be the 2nd foul against Gong. There's a cut, and attempt was way off by Samboy Lim. Didn't get the right angle that time. Gong Lu Ming sets it up for China. Wang Fei runs his man into a pick, but Allan Caidic sticks to him like a leech. Now it's Zhang Yunzhong out against the Gong Lu Ming. They have 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Good defensive rotation, huh?
And there is a turnover. Finally, we got a turnover from the Chinese. Calma, Benjie Paras. And there is a foul on the play going against Wang Fei.
Benjie, too powerful for number 4 player, Gong.
He had the momentum, and that's the reason why he reminds us of a battering ram.
Yes. Earlier, Hector Calma, before giving that assist pass, was free for the open shot. He should have taken it, but he's got a good medium-sized shot.
Right, Allan Caidic against Wang Fei. He gets a screen, fires and sinks it.
Okay.
It's a triple for Allan Caidic. Now it's 57-43. The lead cuts down to 14.
Now we've got to work on that defense, Dick. Now we've got to do it, but they may panic at this stage. They may say, hey, this Philippine team is not that bad after all.
That's right, and we're coming back. It's not a pushover team after all. It's Wang Fei. Block. Clean block. He's dropped again. Clean block. And now there's a foul.
Hey. That number 15 man, huh?
The foul goes against Benjie Paras.
Yeah. Number 15 throwing an elbow.
Gong Xiaobin trying to get a second motion in there. And it's Song Li Gang holding back Benjie Paras. Gong Xiaobin was crowded. There were 3 Filipino players on top of him.
But beautiful defensive block that time by that Philippine defense, huh?
They are now working like a unit, a solid unit. Wang Fei to Gong as the Chinese try to get the open shot. We've got a miss from the outside, and it's Patrimonio. Over to Calma. Calma makes his move in. He loses the ball, and it's taken away by Gong Xiaobin.
Oh.
1-on-1 at It's Samboy Lim going against Dante. Another block by Benjie. Beautiful block. And there is a foul on the play by Gong Lu Ming.
They're losing. You know, they're not as patient anymore now, huh? They're trying to force attempt. The Chinese are big, and that's a good sign.
Yes, Gong Lu Ming took a very long try there. And we have a timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
The Beijing 11th Asiad.
Watch this action. There's the block.
Another clean block. That must be the third now. In the last 3 offensive thrusts of China.
Right. Again, thank you so much to our major sponsors here. Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th Asiad. Milo, the Olympic energy drink. Fujifilm, the #1 selling film in the Philippines, official film of the Beijing 11th Asiad. San Miguel Corporation, Ginebra San Miguel, Ginebra ang Hari. Happy Toothpaste, official toothpaste of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th Asiad. And this sunlight coverage is brought to you as a public service by Silcomsat.
57-43, the Philippines behind by 14, and we have ball possession in our back court with 15 minutes and 13 seconds to play in this contest.
Not a bad game we're putting up here, Dick. Not a bad game at all.
As a matter of fact. Sonny Jaworski signaling to the rest of the boys to come down and help out to bring the ball into the front court. Allan Caidic running his man into a pick, and there's a foul by Gong Xiaobin. Now the Chinese are fouling.
Yes, and a bit panicked at this stage, the whole Chinese team.
Inbound play for the Philippines. Benjie Paras holds the ball aloft. Very tight defense, a handoff. Allan Caidic being crowded by his man, and there's a foul by Wang Fei this time.
So the ref is now calling the fouls very closely.
That'll be foul number 3 by Wang Fei. He's a very important player.
1-1. It should be a 1-1 now. Let's see.
Okay. The signal is given that it's 1-1, so China is in penalty situation.
Very early in the ball game, huh?
Yes.
That's a long time.
14 minutes and 55 seconds.
So this might work.
We can cash in on this.
Right. And during that timeout, I think Sonny really told Allan, go ahead, get the fouls and go to the line. Oh! But he has to make the first one.
Allan Caidic still cold from the line. Normally, he can put that in with his eyes closed. Zhang Yunjian out again to Wang Fei. Gong Lu Ming playing the outside. Look at Wang Fei with a one-man screen. And a follow-up for 2 by Song Li Gang. A foul by Alvin Patrimonio. It'll be a 3-point play for Song Li Gang. Wang Fei is replaced by Sun Feng Wu. 16-point advantage for China at 14 minutes, 35 seconds left. We have a jam-packed Capitol Gymnasium.
Yes, jam-packed at this stage. But Alvin Patrimonio was trying to talk to the referee that he did not foul. But, you know, they're calling it very closely. They're probably body contact. Okay. Oh, no.
There's another whistle, and this one goes against Allan Caidic as he tried to box out Gong Xiaobin.
No, it went against Paras, I think.
Is it Paras?
Yes, Paras.
Allan reacted.
How many fouls now for Benjie Paras? Let's see. 5? Oh, that's it for Benjie?
Yes, he was replaced. We'll have to confirm that, though.
I think that was a 5th foul.
There's another whistle. And this one, what is it?
It's going to go against Alvin, I think.
Put it in the stand.
That's the way to go, Dick. You got to go. Do your job.
16-point advantage. China in possession. 14 and a half left. Sun Feng Wu to Gong Lu Ming. Gong Lu Ming double teamed. He fires and rims out, and good boxing out for the Philippines. Alvin Patrimonio did not expect that pass from Realubit.
Holy cow.
It bounced off his face, and they've got a recovery by Patrimonio. All the way there. Samboy Lim with a reverse.
Finally, I think our first 2 points at the break.
That's right, 59-45.
We're fighting, Dick. We're fighting.
The lead down to 14. And we've got Realubit trying to position against Gong Xiaobin.
There's a double team again, the switch.
And there is an attempt and a miss. China missing now. There's a tap and a save. The Chinese dominating off the offensive board. Another triple try, and they are not getting it. A foul by Gong Xiaobin finally on Realubit, who has better position play.
Let's see what number that is. That should be number 5? No, that's only his first foul. Sorry, I look at the fouls of another player.
One-on-one situation for Zaldy Realubit. 14-point lead, 13 minutes and 40 seconds remain in the contest. Still plenty of time, and anything can still happen.
Allan asking the referee, how come the ball wasn't given to us possession? That ball after the bounce went over the board.
That's
I think
right.
it's got to touch the...
Yes, it's got to touch the support.
Right.
Oh, Realubit missing, and we have a jump.
We're really missing out on those one-on-one situations, huh? Allan missed one earlier, then Realubit now.
Well, for one thing, it's a new venue for the boys.
We've never played. We haven't even practiced in this venue.
Yes. And premature jump by Zaldy Realubit. Fast break by China. And it's Gong Lu Ning getting a pass from Sun Seng Wu. Trying to catch the Philippine defense napping that time.
We can't afford to relax.
Gong Li Gong. Zhang with a soft start. Now it's 61 to 45 as Hector on direct operation. Gong Lu Ning crowding in. Come out. Oh, bad pass by Hector. There were two of them there. Realubit and
Actually, that wasn't the fault of Hector Calma. Not a single player wanted to come out to receive that pass. And hey, these are big guards guarding them.
That's right. They'll have to show a little more aggressiveness here. Kind of passing the ball around and it goes out of bounds. Very slow reaction time there.
No, we could have gotten that ball again.
13 minutes to go. And the Chinese have so far been dominating play. We've got a tap by Calma, but nobody recovers it except the Chinese. A jumper and a connection by Song Li Gang.
The coaching staff of the Philippines on their feet asking for a charge earlier when who was sent to the floor. I think Caidic.
Here comes Samboy Lim. He fires and doesn't get the basket, but he gets fouled by Song Li Gang. Samboy Lim.
Thank our major sponsors, Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th A-Shot, Milo, the Olympic energy drink, Fujifilm, the #1 selling film in the Philippines, official film of the Beijing 11th A-Shot, San Miguel Corporation, Ginebra San Miguel, Ginebra ang Hari, Happy Toothpaste, the official toothpaste of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th A-Shot, and this satellite coverage is brought to you as a public service by Circumcised.
Song Li Gang was replaced. Coming in for the first time is Zhang Bin. And Samboy Lim gets his first of two charities up and in. It's 63 to 46. The lead down to 17. Second try is also good. It's a 16-pointer now for China. 63 to 47. 12 and a half to go. Zhang Bin to Zhang Yongjun. Out again to Sun Seng Wu. Zhang Bin fires and sinks.
Nice move, huh? He went up and faded away. Chinese pressing again. And there's a foul in the backcourt by Gong Lu Ning. It'll be 1-1 for Calma. Ramon Fernandez is ready to check in for Zaldy Realubit. Well, Sonny Jaworski wanting more experience now inside.
We've got 12 minutes left as Calma goes to the line for a 1-1. We missed the first two given us, and we missed this one also. There's a tap by Patrimonio. Calma is fouled by Gong Lu Ning again.
And Dong picked the foul number 3. Or is it? Yes, number 3, Dick.
Okay, and Calma gets another opportunity to score from the line. These are 2 points that we're throwing away from the foul line.
Yes, definitely.
Another strong cheer from the Chinese cheering squad out here.
Every time we're taking free throws.
Yes, distracting us. There's a tap out with the ball hit Gong. That was 2 taps by Mon, and it hit a part of Gong. So the eagle-eyed referee rules it out in favor of the Philippines. The inbound goes to Mon Fernandez, almost bounced off his foot. And there is a trampling violation by Mon. Zhang Bin was trying to belly up to him. 18-point lead. Calma missing on 2 1-and-1 situations from the line. And there's a foul away from the ball. Going against Zhang Bin.
So Mon Fernandez knows how to position very well, and that foul. Oh, it's going to be 1-and-1.
That's right.
Oh, no, it's a charge. It's a charge, so it's going
offensive
to be...
foul.
Yeah, right, offensive foul.
So just ball possession for the Philippines. 11 minutes and 40 seconds left. Calma. Both number 4s against each other. Samboy Lim, watched by Sun Feng Wu. He drives in. The pass goes to Allan Caidic. Fernandez, Samboy Lim fakes, fires, and sinks it. Very quick reaction by Samboy.
And that's
near
off
interception by Allan Caidic.
Oh, it's off gong. That's all it's
right.
clear.
At 6-8. 65-49. The lead is just 16. Calma harassing his man and fouling him. Calma picks up another foul, and it'll be 1-and-1 now for Gong Lu Ming of China. 11 minutes and 12 seconds left.
The score of the half was a 16-point lead. Dick, do you remember now?
That's right.
Or an 18-point lead. Oh, he was
stepping on the line by Samboy. Another error. And it's Zhang missing. Bounce pass going to Calma. Now we can break. And it's Calma with a fade. No, he didn't get it. Patrimonio follows up and takes it. Alvin Patrimonio showing a lot of fighting spirit.
Right, a lot of fighting spirit. It was 18 at the break. Now it's down to 14. So we're keeping pace.
65-51. Zhang Bin out again. There's a foul on that play by Allan Caidic.
For Hector Calma, who did a fine job quarterbacking. Let's see if Ronnie can continue that. I think the Chinese players are also a bit tired at this stage, Dick. They're not as fast as they were in the first half.
Yes. Wang Fei checks in for Zhang Yongjong. 1-and-1 for Sun Feng Wu, who stands 6'1.5". And he misses. And it's a tap out by Mon Fernandez outside for China.
Alvin, let's go for yell. That was Alvin. You heard the background. Wow.
He is really motivated very well indeed. Alvin has been playing outstandingly here. There's a block by Mon Fernandez and a foul by him on
good foul.
Sun Feng Wu. He goes back to the line. 10 minutes and a half left. This is the halfway mark of the second half.
Okay.
China is missing now, even from the foul line.
Well, it's about time. They were so precise in the first half. They were so accurate, Dick.
Yes, that's a split by Sun Feng Wu. 15-pointer now for China as Ronnie Magsanoc moves into the front court for the Philippines. Gong Lu Ming trying to get a foul off him. It's Mon Fernandez being crowded from behind and fouled by Zhang Bin. It'll be 1-and-1 for Mon.
Our other sponsors here, Purefoods Tender Juicy Hot Dog, the meatier, tastier, the more tender, the perfect way to charge hard. Smoky Sausage World, where people and hot dogs meet and match. Nescafe, the classic taste the world enjoys. Warren Breeze, official underwear of the Beijing 11th Asia. Interbank, the right choice. Cougar Sports Shoes, the sports shoes, knows no boundary in cracking. Gillette Contour Plus, the best a man can get. Cubisco English Quality Biscuits. High Road, Choco Gems, Chocolate Miles, Mary, and many more. Coffee Mate, your coffee and Coffee Mate, a perfect harmony. Mizan, quality above all.
The Chinese crowd very definitely using a lot of psychological tactics in our foul shooters, but Mon Fernandez was unfazed by that. 66-53, we're at about the closest we've ever been so far, 13 points. There's a block and a foul. Allan Caidic and Ronnie Magsanoc tried to smother that attempt by Zhang Bin.
Well, good defensive tactics we're putting up. I mean, if you're going to foul, go all the way.
Zhang Bin.
They were going more on earlier. He made 2. Now they clap for him and he misses the first.
It's working in reverse. And he gets a split. 67 to 53, 14-pointer for China. Magsanoc against Gong Lu.
That's a good matchup, huh?
Yes. Samboy Lim to Fernandez, one-on-one. Mon turns around, fires a short one. He overshoots the mark. Magsanoc has it. He follows up, and it bounces out. Another tip-in, still out. And this time around is a fast break by China. Sun Seng Wu completes it.
Well, nothing we could do about that. But the correct thing there was that we had 2 offensive rebounds going for us, huh?
Right. 69 to 53. Samboy Lim powers over Zhang Bin for that hoop. 69 to 55. Wang Fei for China. Sun Seng Wu continues in. He is deep under, and he's blocked with a loose ball. 2 players diving for it.
Beautiful, Dick. Beautiful.
Allan Caidic fighting tooth and nail with Gong Lu Ming.
That's the way to do it. Now we really... You know, it could be also that we're very cold in the first half because the weather outside is very cold. Look at that block. And then now we're really getting warmed up. Right.
Just a 14-point lead for China. And we have a jump. Allan Caidic will be jumping against a shorter...
The Beijing 11th ASIAD is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
You can't beat the feeling.
Be much smaller than the man he's jumping against. Caidic playing with a recently healed hairline fracture of his left arm, his left hand, and that's a shooting hand. Fernandez sees the opening, sidestep, fires a basket, makes it.
Down to 12.6.
69 to 57, slowly but surely.
And the Chinese coach picks up Zhang Yonjun from the bench to send him in.
Right, one-on-one between Gong Lu Ming and Ronnie Magsanoc. And there's an attempt and a miss by China. Alvin Patrimonio against Gong. He is...
You know, Dong hit Caidic on the throat, huh?
That's right.
Earlier I saw that elbow. It went to Caidic's neck. The referees did not see that.
Yes.
That's the reason why Allan was very angry. Or is very angry, yes.
It was a flailing arm that caught him almost in the Adam's apple. We have Zhang Yunjuan coming in now, replacing Sun Seng Wu. Just a 12-point lead for China.
So Sonny Jaworski retaliates now by sending in Dante Gonzalgo.
8 minutes and 35 seconds left. In the meantime, Gong converts on the first of 2 charities. And the second is on the way and also in the basket. 71 to 57, back to a 14-pointer for China. 8.5 minutes left in this contest, developing into a very tense and tight affair. If it goes this way, we have a chance. Fernandez missing on a turnaround try, and it's Zhang Bin to Gong Lu Ming. Patrimonio trying to muscle out Gong, the 6'8" center of China. There's a pass to Gong, but he's way up in the high post. Gong Lu Ming with a long try. It bounces out, and there's a block by Samboy Lim. Ronnie Magsanoc speeds in, fires, and there is a block by...
Experience for you.
Yes, by Wang Fei.
He just initiated the contact, and that's going to send Ronnie to the line for 2.
That's right. Both of them were moving, so there was no position to be established at all by Wang Fei.
So Patrimonio and Caidic take a breather now. Cuenco and Gonzalgo come in.
Well, let's hope that they're warmed up enough. You know, what players should be doing in weather like this is stand up and warm up as they know they're coming in.
Right.
Ronnie Magsanoc scores on the first of 2.
Practically the whole gymnasium here, booing every time a Filipino player takes a shot.
That's right.
Well, you know, they feel at 65 points the first time around. We're no pushovers, Dick.
Absolutely. And Magsanoc is a fighter. He delivers 2 crucial hits. The lead is cut down to 12 again, 71 to 59. It's a good battle being put up by our valiant PBA All-Star team. Wang Fei has it. He drives through, lays up. But there was a contact
Cuenco.
by Cuenco earlier.
Let's hope that doesn't count.
Let's find out.
No count.
It is not counted. It is...
Oh, he's going to count
Is it counted?
Oh, no.
Oh, he says it counts.
Oh.
Okay, it was after the release, so it won't be a 3-point
Zaldy
play.
doesn't like that call.
73 to 59. It seemed like the foul occurred much earlier than the actual release.
Right, right. It should have been a side court throw-in for the Chinese squad. Yeah, that's
Magsanoc goes for the basket.
Oh,
And misses.
and hits the floor, too.
And we have a foul on the play going against Zhang Yunjuan.
Well, at least the Russian referee's on our side, Dick.
Well, he's just calling it the way he sees it.
calling it the way he sees it, correct.
7.5 to go, 14-point advantage, and Rey Cuenco goes to the line. 1-1 for Rey. There is that distracting noise again from the Chinese gallery, but Cuenco calmly puts it in.
Major sponsors, Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th A-shot, Milo, the Olympic energy drink, Fujifilm, the #1 selling film in the Philippines, official film of the Beijing 11th A-shot, San Miguel Corporation, Ginebra San Miguel, Ginebra and Harry, Happy Toothpaste, official toothpaste of the Philippine team to the Beijing 11th A-shot. And this satellite coverage is brought to you as a public service by Philcomsat.
Okay, we have the Chinese in the offensive. Wang play, crowded by Ronnie Magsanoc. And there is a knee contact by Rey Cuenco on Gong Xiaobin. Actually,
The Beijing 11th Asiad is brought to you by Coke.
I'm sure San is just resting Allan, Caidic, and Alvin Patrimonio. 7 minutes and 15 seconds remain in the ball game. So anytime now, expect them to check in again.
in the meantime, Gong Xiaobin goes to the line and takes the first. Score in a second. 74 to 60. 14-point advantage for China. 7 minutes and 15 to play. 2 hits by the big man. Ronnie Magsanoc will take it across.
They want us to let Samboy Lim do his thing, I think. Well, Samboy's asking for a pick. Rey Cuenco will give it. Well, let's hope he doesn't move.
And he doesn't sink it. So it's China again. Cross-court pass. Zhang Bin fires and sinks it. 77 to 60. 6 and 45 to go. 17-point advantage for China. Now it's Magsanoc firing and sinking it. That should count.
Number 15, that might be his, let's see how many fouls. Fifth foul. Ronnie got the 5th foul of
Okay. And Ronnie's asking the referee if it's counted.
Of course that should count.
Yes, he was fouled after the release.
Hey, definitely.
It's counted.
Of course.
So it's 77 to 62. And we have Gong Xiaobin moving out of the game for good. And replacing him is Ma Jian, who is only an inch shorter at 6'7".
Nothing given away there, right, Dick?
Right. A very young and very experienced player. He's only 21. 77 to 62. There is that distraction again, but Ronnie calmly puts it in. 77 to 63. Down to a 14-point lead again. We're still in there. Fighting away. 6.5 to go. And it's Zhang Bin scoring on the drive. 79 to 63. Samboy Lim with a layup. Oh, he didn't get the break, but we've got Gonzalgo to Cuenco. Cuenco with a fade. Not quite. The tip in, not quite by Samboy.
We're really fighting for those boards, Dick.
Yes. Zhang Bin to Gong Lu Ming. Gong's pass is bad. Oh, pass. Very, very bad passing on both sides.
That's hurting us a lot. Really hurting us a lot, those turnovers.
Samboy was streaking already towards the front court for a fast break. And only Zhang Bin was there. Gong Lu Ming. Over to the cutting Wang Fei with a foul by Dante Gonzalgo. 1-1 for Wang Fei. We have Benjie Paras and Allan Caidic coming back in.
Right,
for Fernandez.
And Dante Gonzalgo on the bench already, yes. Well, every Philippine player doing its bit here. Just like what you say again, all of those turnovers, I mean, if this team has been practicing for quite some time, I don't think they would have committed those mistakes, huh?
Right, but that should teach us a very important lesson, that we should not be half-baked or haphazard about sending a team, regardless of whether the team consists of all stars in the PBA, without sufficient time to develop teamwork. Ronnie Magsanoc from Caidic. 18-point advantage for China, 81-63. Here comes Magsanoc. He's wide open. But he misses an easy layup. Oh, we've been having so many guys traveling violation.
Traveling, right?
That was Magian with a mental lapse.
Very good call by the ref. Huh?
Tito Loyzaga comes back in with 5.5 minutes left, and we have a timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
The Beijing
There's no timeout, Dick. There is no timeout. It was only a substitution. So, okay, the referees recall both teams, and the play will continue.
Tito Loyzaga in the game now. We've got to fight our way back from behind an 18-point deficit. Benjie Paras to Loyzaga. Plenty of time left on the shot clock. 12 seconds. Paras.
Oh, there was foul.
No foul was spotted. There was a shove there on Benjie as he went up. Dong Luming bangs into Magsanoc. A lot of body banging there. A lot of bruises will develop tomorrow, that's for sure. And there is a miss with Benjie Paras getting the rebound. Hanging tough against Song Ligang. Hand off to Magsanoc. The game is developing into a very physical contest now. Dong Luming blocking Ronnie Magsanoc.
You know, Gong has been outplayed by Ronnie Magsanoc. That's going to be number 4 on him.
Ronnie shows no fear on those drives. He just goes in there like a kamikaze. And he bangs anybody body to body. 4 minutes and 36 seconds left. There is that distraction again from the Chinese crowd.
Right.
It doesn't bother Magsanoc at all.
And remember, don't leave home without it. That's Hidden Spring, the first and largest selling table water in the Philippines. It's also the official table water of the Philippine delegation to the Beijing 11th Asia, Hidden Spring.
Ronnie Magsanoc gets the tap. Samboy Lim drives, lays up.
Yes,
That's it.
sir.
Again, hang time for Samboy, 81-66. Magsanoc harassing Gong. Zhang Bin playing the outside. There could be a switch there. And there's a mismatch between Magsanoc and Zhang Bin, but Loyzaga is in there again. They're trying to move that ball in closer, but there is no gap in the Philippine defense until the drive, but it is out, bounced out. That was Zhang Yunjon. Magsanoc. Oh, gone to the basket.
Holy cow, she should have, Dick.
And there's a pass. This time it's Zhang with a pass. It almost gets away from his teammate.
Oh, that should have been charged.
And we have Zhang Ligong over to Zhang. Zhang Yunjon, 15-point advantage to China, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. It is still possible because the Chinese have slowed down in the second half. There's a foul by Samboy as Zhang takes him out of position.
Well, Ronnie played a good game. He's going out of the hard court now in place of Calma.
So Calma will be coming in as court general now, as Zhang Yunjon has a 1-1 situation. It's 81-66. 16-pointer now for China with a possible one more point to be added to that total. 83-66. 17-point advantage. Calma. 3.5 to go. Time is running out. Samboy Lim moving into the lion's den and getting a foul from Magian.
Samboy Lim seems to have found a hole in that defense, huh? And he's been repeatedly driving through.
Yes, a very small hole, but he can ease his way in. We've got a timeout brought to you by Fujifilm. ball game resumes with a 1-1 for Samboy. No, it'll be two charities.
Yes, two charities. He was driving into the basket at the time. But you know what's very obvious here also? Remember when we were cutting that lead down to about 12 points, we noticed that the Chinese were panicking somewhat. Huh?
Yes.
It was only that our momentum was broken. I'd like to think if we had brought that lead down to 8 or 6 points, then. But anyway, still a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes and about 20 seconds.
Right, and it's down to 15 right now, 83 to 68, that is. It's Calma against Gong this time. Yang Bin. Gong Lu Ming fires and hits on a triple. That was a surprise triple by Gong, but he really is a triple shooter. Chito Loyzaga is offline, and the Chinese now have the momentum. 18-point advantage. There's a drive in, and a basket by Zhang Yongjun. 5 quick points by China, and their lead goes to 20, 88 to 68. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. And it looks like we may run out of time, as Benjie Paras is fouled. He's in the game for the first time, the 7-1
Right.
Great Wall of China.
There's that slow-mo replay, and the coach of the Chinese team telling him, just put your arms up, don't put it down.
But it doesn't seem likely that we'll have enough time now. With only 2.5 to go, unless he comes through with a whole spate of triples. In the meantime, Benjie Paras cuts it down to 19.
Well, one thing's very evident here. Sonny Jaworski in that first game against China was just using strategy. We lost by 65 points, sure, because we had a very strong team to meet the following day, and he didn't want any injuries to happen to the boys.
Right. There's a looper by Calma with a foul going against Chantao again on Calma. Oh, you see the two of them, and you'd be afraid that Calma might be stomped on. Watch that contact. We have a Philippine timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
The Beijing 11th AZ is brought to you.
Of course, there you see Sonny Jaworski in your screen. You don't have the audio for it, but you can really see he's pumped up. And I think a lot of credit should go to Sonny Jaworski, Norman Black, and Rena Salazar. Great coaching staff. They got together. They say 3 heads, 2 heads are better than 1. That's what exactly is happening now.
And they were able to mold this team into a silver medal winner with only 2 weeks of preparation. Boy, that's really a tough one.
Especially after seeing UAE, Iran, Chinese Taipei is very strong to Korea, and of course Japan.
This is one of the toughest tournaments the Philippines has entered. 88 to 70. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Chantao, Wang Fei, Zhang Bin, Gong Lu Ming.
Nice up by Allan Caidic.
There's a tap. And we've got a turnover as Calma speeds into its front court. Allan Caidic has been checked by Gong Lu Ming, who fires and misses. And it is Chantao pulling it down. The pass goes to Zhang Bin. 1 minute and 50 to go. Zhang Bin with a cross-court pass. Chinese are just wasting away those precious seconds with an 18-point lead. It seems a gold medal is assured China at this stage. But the Filipinos certainly put up a very tough stand.
Oh, yes, Dick. Nothing to be ashamed of, huh? Nothing at all.
But we've got to face the fact that the home court advantage definitely was about 30-40%. Benjie Paras tried to slam that one in. Bank shot is still a failure by Samboy Lim. We just can't find that opening in the basket. 1 minute and 10 to go. The Chinese, unlike in our past game with them, are not really pounding us to smithereens by going to the hoop. They could do that.
Right. But also, it's because of the good defensive rotation we're putting up. They're having quite a hard time penetrating. See, they're against the steal.
It's Allan Caidic over the Samboy limb, and he gets the hoop. 88 to 72.
Time down to 40 seconds.
Patrimonio goes way up and fails to stop Wang Fei. 35-6 left on the game clock. 18-point advantage. There's a tap out by Shan Cao. 6-7-1. And you see him hustle. We've got a Chinese timeout brought to you by Fujifilm.
Looking back, Dick, I'd like to say this. I think definitely with more preparation, we would have given China, I think, a run for their money, huh?
They would decidedly have the advantage, but it wouldn't be as big a lead as this.
Right, and I'll tell you, all those turnovers, that's cost because you don't know each other. You haven't played with each other for quite some time. I mean, a long time, huh?
Right.
Whoa, Benjie's trying a buck stack there.
It's Samboy Lim fouled by Shan Cao with 17 seconds left.
Finally, Shan Cao gets the foul.
He's 7-1, but he's used sparingly. And he's trying to prove to his coach that he should be exposed more often. He is hustling for a 7-footer. You don't often see big men jump and try and hustle like that.
Right.
Which means that, how many 7-footers do we have in the Philippines, Wacky?
5.
5 7-footers. That's great.
5 7-footers.
In the Philippines. It's a game of the big man. And we've got to think twice about our priorities again. Zhang Bin from the corner. 5 seconds left. We can still make a basket here. And they let Samboy Lim go in for a slam dunk. I say the finish is off, Dick. So the final score, China winning by 14. 90 for the defending and still champion. 76 for the challenger quintet, the Philippines.
That's nice. They're both on the floor congratulating each other.
Yes, they're embracing each other. They played hard. They had a lot of body bumps. At some instances, they lost their cool, but nevertheless, after the game, everybody turns out to be friends.
Right. And, Dick, I'll tell you, I'm sure some of these Chinese players admire some of the Filipinos, the way they play one-on-one, you know, what they can do. So a lot of admiration for both teams here.
No doubt about that. And I think the Philippine players taught the Asian Games participants a thing or two.
Right.
Has been playing together for quite some time. A bigger, taller, faster quintet. The Philippines now being asked to ascend to their second place stand. And now it's Korea. And very quickly we're going to enumerate the players of China who earned the gold medal. We have Gong Lu Ming, Zhang Bin, Wang Jidan, Zhang Degi, Wang Fei, Song Ligang, Li Shunjian, Sun Feng Wu, Ma Jian, Zhang Yongjun, Shan Cao, and Gong Xiaobin.
Secretary of the Asian Basketball Confederation to present medals.
We didn't quite catch the names of the presenters of medals, but I imagine maybe they should be from the Chinese Basketball Association or, huh?
Yes, we have the individual players receiving their gold medals. Of course, In the medal count, this will only be considered one gold medal for China,
Yes.
which has dominated the Beijing 11th Asiad. They have run away from the field from day one, and they kept on distancing themselves in practically every sport under the sun.
Correct. A lot of gold medals for Asia. Well, home ground to them. And they expected Korea, South Korea and Japan to give them a good fight, but no way. They just run away.
Well, Korea has taken over second place overall, dislodging the Japanese, whose performance in the 11th Asiad left much to be desired.
Well, the good life is getting to them, Dick. Unlike before, they were world beaters in swimming.
They were outstanding.
Yes, a lot of sports.
Practically every sport. But Korea is now fast challenging China
Yes.
for Asia's supremacy in sports. And a good thing about the results of the 11th Asiad is the fact that in a number of sports, Asian athletes are becoming very competitive worldwide.
Correct. In fact, we've had some world records set here.
Right. The Chinese and the Koreans have been outstanding in the game. There is the champion Chinese quintet waving their bouquet of flowers. And now we come to the silver medals of the Philippine quintet. We have Hector Calma.
Ronnie Magsanoc.
Ronnie
trying to get
Magsanoc.
the gold medal from Dong.
Alvin Patrimonio, Benjie Paras, Allan Caidic, Samboy Lim, Fernandez, Dante Gonzalgo, Yves Dignadice, Zaldy Realubit, who played so well against Japan, Chito Loyzaga, and Rey Cuenco. And of course our coaching staff, Sonny Jaworski, who proved the point by taking over the coaching chores of this team. He selected the players. He steered them to this second place finish. A great achievement for Sonny Jaworski indeed, proving that he is definitely one of the top coaches of the country.
Definitely, Dick.
Norm Black contributing his expertise together with Reno Salazar. Norm very unselfishly taking the back seat and helping out in his own quiet way.
You know, when they came over here, the Philippine squad, we were with them in the plane. They looked like lost boys, really. Just no teamwork. They didn't know each other that well. But as they passed by, they got to know each other. Eventually, winning the silver here.
There's a round of applause for the Filipinos. They are crowd favorites, despite the fact that this is a majority Chinese crowd. Of course, the Philippine gallery is very vocal in congratulating their silver medal finish. And now we go to the bronze medalists, the Koreans, consisting of Lee Won-woo, Kang Dong-hee, Lee Chung-hee, the $1 million man who didn't see too much action because of his injury, Jung Jae-kun, Hyo Pil-sang, Lee Min-hyung, Kim Hyun-jun, Her-jae, the point guard, Kim Jin, Choi Byung-sik, Kim Yu-tek, the center, and Seo Dae-sung. Their coach, Kim In-kun, the feeder of the legendary Shin Dong-pa, assisted by Chung Kwang-suk.
While the Koreans are receiving the medals, we'd like to acknowledge some of the people helping us here. Mr. Paking Villanueva, AGM of IBC TV 13, Ms. Lily Yap, IBC Production Director, Mr. Ji Hua-jun, the Deputy Director of Booking Office, BAGRTC. And then also Mr. Bai Hao, Ms. Dong Hua, Mr. Ki Wang, Ms. Du Sheksa, Director of Beijing Satellite, Ms. Zhang Zuilin, Ms. Su Hongbo, Mr. Meng of Capital Stadium, Mr. Zhu Shi, Deputy Chief, Beijing Asian Games Organizing Committee, Mr. Ji Bin, Mr. Liu, Liaison Officer, and also our PLDT engineers, Kaloy Meia, Egay Vasquez, Constancio Di Mapilis, Jonathan Benedicto, and Connie Liat.
And now for the Chinese national anthem. And that culminates the very intensive 10-day competitions in basketball here in the Beijing 11.